Our current exhibition is called Across This Mighty Land, a visual debate between Fred Hagen and Carl Beam. And it is an exhibition that is drawn entirely from our permanent collection here at the gallery. Fred Hagen is a printmaker, painter, was quite a big name artist in sort of the second half of the 20th century. He passed away in 2002. One of the things that Fred was known for doing is a great interest and passionate about Canadian history. So in the late 80s, he was commissioned by Canada Post to do a series of postage stamps about the great explorers. I think in all there were 16 stamps. But he got so involved in the process of researching the great European explorers of Canada that he ended up doing a number of paintings as well, and he did a suite of 55 lithographic prints based on his research. Carl Beam, on the other hand, is one of our greatest contemporary Aboriginal artists. And he, unfortunately, as well, passed away in 2005. But we have a very large number of small mixed media works on paper by Carl Beam. And my understanding of them, they were all done in the mid-90s. And they were essentially a sketchbook for Carl. He worked out a number of different ideas. He would put things together, and as you go around the room looking at these pieces, it's easy to see where he kind of took a central image. There's a certain image of himself, a photograph of himself, that turns up in a number of pieces. And then he varies the other imagery that he puts around it, and some of them have brief quotes in his handwriting on them. And it just sort of, it's a real insight into how his mind worked and how he worked out the ideas. So it's really quite an exciting exhibition in which we really show the viewpoint of a sympathetic but definitely European perspective on early exploration in Canada, and then the Aboriginal view of what it meant for the Indigenous peoples of the country.
The gallery will also be hosting a series of special events along with the exhibition.
One thing we'll be doing is having, in lieu of an opening for the exhibition, we're having a celebratory reception on March 5th. It's a Sunday afternoon, 2 to 4 p.m. And that will be an opportunity to come in and have a look at the work as well and talk to some people that will be here that are knowledgeable about it. But we also have a speaker coming on February 17th. This will be the first of our this season's Art House Cafe lectures. The speaker's name is Jordan Peterson, and she will be talking about myth-making and indigeneity, critically addressing the myths which failed Pauline Johnson and Annie Padukuk. So it's very not specifically about Carl Beam and Fred Hagen, but it is certainly about the issues affecting Indigenous peoples through Indigenous art in Canada.
Across This Land, a visual debate will be on display at the Grimsby Public Art Gallery until March 19th. In Niagara, you're watching The Source.